Hey y'all, good morning. This is Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings, and we are going to do a reading today to see who is guiding you, who is with you, who is looking in on you. Happy Sagittarius full moon. The exact aspect of the full moon has passed not too long ago here this morning, but you can still continue to, celebrate the full moon tonight, today, whenever you're available to. Some people did yesterday. So Sagittarius full moon, a lot of spirits can come in on full moons, and Sagittarian energy is very vast. And I've noticed that people are getting um, people like spirits that they didn't know were protecting them, that have been walking with them, that are coming in from afar. So I thought it'd be cool to do this reading today. It felt right. So we're going to get into it. So you will go ahead and you'll pick which set you want to work with here. And then at the end, I have cards that are for all of us. The collective that was drawn to. So we have the rutilated quartz for A, we have the lapis for B, we have black moonstone for C, and we have labradorite for D. So feel free to timestamp. Eventually, one day I'll get to, to timestamping and descriptions and all of that. But thank you so much for all the new subscribers, your feedback, your comments. I love seeing that. And I know for me, when I watch people's videos, I always love to read the comments from everyone else. So feel free to connect in the comments. So the decks that we're using today are the Animal Spirit Oracle from the Wild Unknown, Eternal Crystals Oracle cards, and the Art of Love Tarot. All right, so let's get into it. For those of you who chose rutilated quartz, let's see. We have a dragon. We have labradorite, psychic ability, third eye chakra, chakra. We have release, metamorphosis, which is the death card in traditional tarot. And then we have two of pentacles reversed, which is flexibility. Two of trees in this one. All right, so for you, for those of you who believe in dragon energies, you could definitely have that type of being around you that is present. So I will give different a few different things that I'm picking up here, okay? Now, for some of you, I'm definitely getting somebody who passed away. This person, there's a strong Sagittarian energy that's here, and it could be a mix of Sagittarian and Taurus or Sagittarian and Capricorn in their chart. But this is somebody who is near to you but not related to you. So I'll give you some examples of how I've seen this particular energy manifest. This would be like if you're adopted into a family, it's like if you have like a stepfather or step parent, it would be their side of the family, so not your direct blood relations. If you have like a half sibling, maybe you guys are raised by your similar siblings, but you have a half sibling, that's half siblings ancestors could be looking out for you. So it's this energy of being adopted in by somebody close to you's that you do have a blood connection to family there. This could also be if you're married, your in-laws lineage looking in on you and protecting you. There's this energy of them wanting to connect, and I think you're very aware of spirits. You definitely have a like you pick up things, you notice things. So even if you don't directly communicate, you notice synchronicities and things changing. So if you've been seeing things move around or just feeling that a spirit's trying to connect with you, this is who is protecting you and guiding you, and they're very, very fierce. They're very invested in your protection. They might be invested in helping you get things straight financially. So you're probably, whoever you feel strongly when you're hearing this is who it is. You're going to know who that is. But yes, I do get that if you were in, foster care with somebody who you grew close to that family, it's like their lineage looking after you again. So someone that you're close to, you're like family with, but they're not your bloodline, their people are looking out for you. And it is somebody more recent, because I'm getting the death card here, so it's not way far back in the lineage, but more recent. Let's see. Yeah, I do. I do feel like that they look out for you when you're having physical hardship. I'm getting with if you're having like some problem with your car, you're having some financial issues, you're having like they're very present in the real world for you, especially with that dragon energy there. They really want to make sure you're taken care of and you're safe. I do feel like with the third eye chakra coming up in the labradorite, that it's very like if you were to try to connect with them, if you were to ask them to connect with you in your dreams or anything like that, I think they will give you a very clear answer. If you're like, okay, I think this is, my mother-in-law who passed away, but I'm not exactly sure. If you were to ask for that guidance, then I think, and this is turquoise is jumping up to me for some reason, so I'm going to put that there for you to enjoy the energies of. But yes, so they will communicate with you and talk back with you. Okay. Some of you will know instantly who this is because their passing was very recent. Okay. All right. So, for those of you who chose a lapis, oops. Oh, I love aquamarine. Yes, these are your own ancestors. For real. For real. Okay. So, let's see here. All right, you have crew when it comes to you're like a Pisces. You might be a Pisces. You have like you roll deep spiritually, all right? You have a whole crew. We see your guides coming through with the star energy, all your peoples coming through there. I'm hearing Palladian connections for those of you that's important. I'm seeing that they're not exactly angels. Some of you are like, oh, maybe it's just angels, maybe it's just angels, but it's actually like your guides. It could be a little bit of star being connection, and it is like your ancestors that are with you. Okay, we do have some water energy here, so they could be connected for water. They could be your ancestors that were close to water. That are here, and for those of you who have deities that are water beings, they're near. So it's not traditional spirits. It's not like I said, I'm seeing that the if you're like asking about a particular energy that's been around, it's not an angel, but I'm seeing guides, and I'm definitely seeing your physical, your rooted like homeland, motherland ancestors that are rolling with you. So you have huge presence in the spiritual world. They have courage here as their message for you. And it's like, mysticism's reverse. It's like they're kind of like it's not it should be natural for you to connect with them. It should be natural for you to know that they have their back. They're not even trying to be all mystical woo woo with you. They're just like, we're here. Like, we got your back. We're your people. And so wanting you to have that very clear, this is throat chakra, that very clear connection that, of course, I talk to them. They hear me, like, they talk back to me. We have that presence and connection with each other. Okay. So that's very beautiful. Yeah. Your guides and ancestors straight up. So know that they're with you and that you are definitely, definitely looked out for. That's super cool. All right, for those of you who chose the Black Moonstone, Dolphin, Blue Lace Agate, Communication, Beginning, which is the Fool card in this tarot, Ten of Trees reversed, and Ace of Trees. Okay, so definitely getting water energy again and Piscean energy. I'm seeing specifically that it's not a family member. So if you're feeling like, if there's a particular spirit that you're wondering about, like, oh, is this, that's guiding me? I feel someone looking out for me. This is very much universal. So some of you are literally just feeling your universal cradling, like your good juju, the universe itself just embracing you. And sorry, I'm talking with my hands, so I'm shaking the camera. Surrounding you. I feel like from the womb you've had this connection. Now some of you, if there was a particular spirit that you knew connected with you when you were younger, maybe you saw them, it's saying it's pointing out your child, like from birth, from childhood, the spirit has looked out for you. For those of you who are connected to mothering deities and water like Yemaya, whatever is your personal mothering deity, some people would be Mother Mary, whatever is yours, that is definitely who is with you. This is like from the womb, mothering, nurturing, loving you since childhood, connecting to you. Okay. Again, I'm getting that it's not, this particular one is not talking about physical family members. that we're here, but greater, more universal spirits, okay? But this is very beautiful. That's, emotionally supporting you, really supporting you throughout all of, your childhood. So even if you had a difficult childhood, if you remember those moments where you were kind of pushed and guided and looked out for, you're like, how did I get through that? For those of you, it was more lighthearted and fun, and you just remember certain moments. I feel a very strong tie to the ocean here. So the presence of Mother Ocean really with you, but it's a very I feel like you're a child, you're a universal child, and I feel like all mothering deities will be drawn to you. So wherever you are at, wherever you're traveling, you're always going to have that matrons wanting to look out for you. And you might even see that in life with people really wanting to kind of bring you in under their wing or really take care of you. So yes, I see that definitely where you're at, and I feel like it's very sweet. I feel like you're very free to, that's the thing. If you have been, worried about messing things up spiritually or doing something wrong, I feel like they're very much holding you in this cradle to allow you to rebirth and to re-experience yourself, and to treat each moment in your life as that moment before you incarnate, where you're excited about experiences and what you can achieve. And I feel like you're held in safe space by them. And if I don't feel like you have to worry about, man, I don't want to disturb my guiding spirits, or or anything like that. So yeah, there's a happiness and joy that they want you to have with connecting and feeling supported in spirit. Okay. Yeah, especially, okay, I need to ask, especially those of you who had fallings out or didn't know, or had to suffer from a mother figure. You're definitely, like, you're definitely mothered by the universe and by maternal spirits, okay? So I'm sure you will know which one it is that's been around present in your life that you've connected with before. All right, for those of you who chose the lapis, okay, fire ant, rose quartz, page of hearts, which is page of cups reversed, and the sun. Okay, so this is a very fun energy. It's so funny because it's like not innocent. So you have a very fun, raucous kind of guiding spirit. It really makes me think of like Freya. It makes me think of Izili Freda. It makes me think of a little bit like Aphrodite, but this is a little more, there's like a warrior energy too. So any of those energies where it's like lover and fighter, where they have that, where they can playfully, be this playful, glowing, sensual being, but then they can at any time, do love or war. This is the type of being that has been around you. I don't feel like that they've been there since you were like very young, like your whole life. I feel like they've come in at a later phase. I feel like their personality, they're even pushing out other deities or energies around you, because they're like, no, you need to pay attention to me. Like, I'm working with you now. I'm connecting with you now. So you might just, there's probably change around your life in the time that they came into your life. So you might have went on, a trip, or just noticed all of a sudden that you have this transformation of self, where you're pushed to, you suddenly want to put yourself out there, you suddenly want to get sensual, you suddenly want to find a sugar daddy. Like, this is very, fun, bubbly, take what you want kind of energy. Now, it's not saying specifically whether I feel like it's different for some people. So for some of you, you're going to know this is like one of your ancestors, someone you're like, oh my gosh, that's my auntie. I know that's her. For some of you, it is going to be like a deity spirit that is around you. So, like I said, you'll know which one that you have reference to that's around you, and this spirit will let you know who they are. This spirit will teach you as you're connecting. They will let you know if they don't like something that is like going on, like if you are honoring them or something. They'll let you know right away. Psh, nope. Like, I'm blowing out my candle on my little memorial altar or whatever, because I don't like the way you did. I don't like those flowers you brought me. Like, you kind of know this is a spirit with a lot of personality. They're totally like nice. They're not malevolent, but they're definitely like, they're about grown folks' business. These are ones that are pushing you to, definitely. This is energy pushing you to date or to be more romantic, to be more sensual. They like to be in your love life and kind of make you get out there and compete, and come on, do yourself up, get ready. So if you've been feeling this pressure in those areas of your life, it definitely could be from the spirit, because that's like, like this spirit kind of still lives a little vicariously through you. They don't like to be told no. They like to see indulgence and fun and living. They're just like, live. So this is a very fun, very sparky, very sensual, guiding spirit who is around you. Okay, full of life. Makes sense that they came up under the heart, right? Okay, so for everyone who's watching, we have Priyanite, release, declutter the heart chakra. We have the Five of Trees, or the Five of Pentacles reversed, limitation. And strangely enough, we have tarantula. So I know exactly what this is, though. So this is saying that we have to open our hearts and not be worried. I think some people that are watching this are like really worried about connecting with guiding spirits, or this fear of the spiritual world, and like, oh no, it's like this lying in wait, it's this big scary thing. What if it's a negative spirit? Like, you're taken care of. That's why you were drawn to this, because your guiding spirits are like, oh my gosh, if they don't stop freaking out every time I bump into something, they think it's, I think it's The Conjuring or something. I was like, gee, I was just saying hello. So it's like letting go of that limitation. Spirit is tired of you limiting them. Your ancestors, your guides, your deities, your spirit guides, they're like, man, you can't, you're in terror of a whole world, a whole nother realm. So they want you to declutter all of that programming, all of that, releasing all of that fear, that limitation, the physical world limitation that you're putting on the spiritual world. And that, also, if you're feeling kind of watched and guided, you do always have authority. You can pull spiritual authority to ask, spirits to back off, because sometimes they're a lot. They just want to keep you up, and you're like, ancestors, seriously, like, please, I got to work. I got to work in the morning. The baby's finally asleep. Just please leave me alone. Let me sleep. So you can put boundaries, but this is about, like, if you're feeling like, watched or something, if you're in fear, anytime a spirit's around, it will feel negative and scary. So your intuition can be off with that. So it's saying release those programming and fears, because then you'll actually have good intuition, and you'll know pretty instantaneously if it's a negative spirit or not, if you're in a place of discernment and you have your energy cleared out. If you're in a place of fear, any spirit that comes, it could be a floating, a nice little sugar fairy or something, and you're gonna, have this reaction to them, and just because you're feeling spiritual energy. So that's the message for all of us is, and even those of us who are more open and we've already, we're experienced in doing this, remember to declutter, because the same thing can happen. You can get agitated, you can get frustrated, you can start feeling emotionally clogged up with a lot of spiritual energy, or not hearing the messages clearly from those who are sending you love and guidance and spirit. So for all of us, just a little decluttering and a little more acceptance to allow spirit to connect with us and guide us in this realm from the other realms. Okay, so that is the little short, sweet reading for all of us here. And I am so glad you tuned in. Please let me know how it resonated, and if you know who it is that's around you. And I will talk to you soon.